When we talk about English, basically we find it in three ways. The first we know about it, that is called general English. Have you ever heard about general English? Second, we see there is natural English. Okay. And third, we can say it is business English. Getting? Now, hopefully you must be getting the meaning of general and natural English. Do you understand general or natural English? Do you understand this one? Basically, if we say and go in deep, so we'll see that these two type of English has four specs, the same which we have been learning since starting. When I took your first session, in that session I have introduced that English has four specs. Not only English, every language has four specs. What is that? The first one is called writing, second one is called reading, and third one is called speaking, and fourth one is called listening. Yes? Do you remember the day when I introduced this one? When we start learning any language, so first of all, we have to know what are the things we would learn in any language. So these are the four specs, or you can say four main things that you have to go through. If you know any of these specs and rest of the specs you are not aware about it, you don't have any good command over there, so you cannot say that I know this language very well. Suppose you know this language that only in terms of speaking. You know how to speak the language, but you don't know how to write that language. So you can't say that I have great command over this language. For that, you have to learn these all four aspects: writing, reading, listening, and speaking. You must be seeing in our surroundings, there are mostly people who know some of these specs, but they do not know all these specs. Go in some other places like CP and other malls and some good restaurants, you would see that even the waiters are speaking in English. Yes, rickshaw pullers are speaking in English. It doesn't mean that they have great command over English. They have just started speaking due to the environment, because the surrounding people are good enough to speak in English, and they have listened the same sentences on the daily basis, and for that they have also started speaking that language or that sentences, and they know the meaning of that sentence. But if you say them, please write that sentence, they cannot write because they know only how to speak. In the same way, most of you know how to speak in Hindi, but when we go through writing, so you don't know how to write. So when we talk about any language, so we must know about these four aspects: writing, reading, and speaking, and listening. These are the four main part of any language. Now let's divide this general and natural English. General means what is the language exactly. If we learn any language as it is called general English. Like we learn how to write any language, we learn how to read any language, we learn how to speak any language, we learn how to listen any language. Means how to understand by listening. In that way, in general English, we go through as it is the language. There should be grammar, correct vocabulary, correct pronunciation. All the things should be correct. General English is also taught when you go for the competitive exams. When you are preparing for the competitive exams, so you must learn general English. Means you have to go through general English. You don't have to go for natural English. Because I'll cover it that what is natural. First, general. General means you learn any language as it is. So suppose you are sitting in an exam, there are some vocabs. So how would you cover? You cover in general English. Some of the parts are also covered in natural, but the main thing of general English means the language as it is you learn. Okay, when you go the place where the competitive English are taught, it means you learn how to write any sentences with the correct grammar, how to pronounce any word, what is the exact vocabulary or spelling of any word. So this is all covered in general English. Okay, now let's come to the natural one. Natural one is very easy. It has just come due to some environment. Earlier it was the language only spoken in Britain, but later it has come across the world because this language has become very popular all over our country, all over the world as well. It is widely spoken. It is an international language very well. So some of the country, like we learn English first. We learn the sentences, we learn tenses, we learn passive voice, modals. There are many chapters in English grammar. But when we talk about natural English, there are many countries, they do not first teach the citizens English language as a part of grammar. They start speaking since childhood. It is just because of the environment. Just imagine you are also one of them. Here you are not learning Hindi language by going to any school. Since childhood, how do you speak Hindi language? You speak with the help of environment. Whatever you listen from your elders, from your family members, you start speaking the same. So when you speak any language naturally, when you learn any language naturally, there is no need to take any classes, go through any books and so on. So you say that this is the natural language that I have been speaking and using that. In the same way, there is a word in English grammar is called native speaker of any language. Have you ever heard the native speaker? The word native speaker means a person who has learned any language since childhood, or that person has learned the language just because of his or her environment. Okay, and he knows and he feels the language. He can mold him or herself according to the situation, as we are in Hindi language. Suppose someone is not getting your point, so what do you do that time? You change or mold yourself as per the situation and you explain in other way in Hindi. But can you explain in English in that way? This time you cannot explain in English in other way because you don't know how to mold ourselves in English language. But the person who is from other country like Britain, Australia, USA, they have been speaking English since childhood because it is their, you can say, mother tongue as well, because since childhood they speak English. So they are the native speaker of that language. Since childhood they speak that language. Getting my point? So native speaker means they know since childhood they can speak like we speak Hindi. Getting it? Now let's come to the business English.